Um, but I had a dramatic reversion of the faith, and I had just gotten a promotion to be the data and analytics lead,
Big job.
which is funny because on the sales team, I was the best analyst, but it's like being the tallest midget. I knew how to do a VLOOKUP. So they're like, all right, we'll give you a chance here. And I got in the job. I love my boss, great company, like nothing bad to say about him, but I was in way over my head. Like you could not kind of just half-ass that job. You had to learn how to code and make the data systems talk to each other. And I said a desperate prayer in my closet. I said, Lord, I begged for this job. Now please get me out of it.
Yeah.
And the next day, I'm getting up to go to the bathroom from my little desk, and I get an email from the new CEO who said, "Hey, we're changing things how we operate. We're seeing some potential financial risks in the future, so we're going to offer a voluntary severance package." And I looked twice after that prayer, and I was like, "Whoa,
Lord, I didn't expect you to act
yeah,
that
yeah,
fast.
geez, yeah." So be careful what you wish for. And man, I knew right away I wanted to do it. And I had just bought a house, I just bought a car. And so logically, it made no sense. And I kind of explained to my parents, I'm like, I love Toledo. I know it gets a bad rep, but I love Toledo. And I wanted to come back, and I did. And I knew if I got a promotion, I have to go back to Nashville, which I didn't want to do. So I tried to logically make it make sense, but it didn't make sense. But I told my boss, and she couldn't believe it. Parents couldn't believe it. So yeah, I was unemployed.
So it was the decision that everyone was like basically screaming at you, like, what the heck are you doing? You're getting a
Exactly.
beautiful promotion. You're going to move to Nashville. You're going to make great money. You're a young guy in a growing business, in a growing organization, moving into leadership, and you walked away.
hmm I said, it's a no from me, dog.
And I'm just piecing together the timeline. Did you have your reversion yet at this point?
Yes. Yeah.
So how
So,
much prior to this was your reversion to Catholicism?
gosh, probably fairly fresh, maybe 6 months.
Okay, so you're a baby in the faith.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So then, so you get the severance package,
Yep.
you get some cash to build some runway, I imagine,
Yep.
and then what?
Yeah. So I had a little
By the
six.
way, people, are you listening to this? This is insane. This is insane. This is Crit's story is why. That's why I had to have Nick on here because we're going to learn a lot of lessons along the way,
Yeah.
mostly about what not to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. True. This is like, when I first started all this, I'm like, oh, you got to do this. You got to do this. And I'm like, definitely not for everybody. But, yeah, I just kind of dramatically changed how I lived life. I quit my job. I bought a flip phone and threw my iPhone in the Maumee River. I took Wi
Actually,
Yeah. I took Wi-Fi out of my house, because I was a slave to like distractions. So
what
what
do you
was
mean by that? That's
just
deep. I
like,
think there's something there.
okay, so hear me out here.
Yeah.
I think the Lord gave me a little wink throughout my life of when I was a baby. I was so addicted, loved, whatever word you want to use, to pacifiers, where I'd have one in my mouth, one in my right hand, one in my left hand when I'd sleep, and I'd just rotate those suckers in.
Oh, yeah.
And so I feel like I've always had this kind of hole in my heart that caused like affliction. And I mean, I truly believe like I'm besides you, maybe the richest man in the world. Like I've got my health. I got two great sisters, two parents in love. Um, I never missed a meal. And so it's like, who am I to have problems? But the problems I had, I think, were because I had no faith life, and I was trying to just be a hedon, like anything my flesh wanted. There you go. And including like distractions, because would you rather sit alone with your thoughts or watch some really entertaining videos?
Yeah.
So,
And so you actually did something about that. Like we talk a lot about that on the podcast. And you made a choice and you threw your iPhone in the river. And I know I've been to your house. There's no Wi-Fi there, which means, people think about everyone in their mind right now is like, oh my gosh, that means no TV, no computer, no high-speed internet upload, no smart devices, no anything.